Real estate wholesalers, St. Louis, Missouri. How competitive is the business? My name is Andre. I'm with St. Louis Wholesale Real Estate Properties, and you can check us out at stlwholesalere.com. Make sure that you thumbs up this video, share it, comment, all of that good stuff. Also, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. You'll see the red subscribe button somewhere on the page. If you're on your mobile device, you'll see it right below the video. Right next to that subscribe button, you'll see a bell icon. I appreciate it if you click that bell icon and turn your notifications on. That way, when we have a new video, you'll be notified that we just uploaded a new video. But real estate wholesalers in the St. Louis, Missouri area, how competitive is the business? I will say the business is competitive. I guess competitive in a sense. I wouldn't say overly competitive. Now, some may disagree with that, and that's okay. It all depends on, I guess it all depends on what do you use as your, as your litmus test, I would imagine, of what competitive is when you're a real estate wholesaler in the St. Louis, Missouri area. If you, I know some people that look at, they see the, the bandit signs, the we buy houses signs and so on and so forth. And they kind of judge it by that. You see those signs all over the place, right? You see them all over the place. A lot of those signs are people that's just getting into the business, that's just trying the business out. I would imagine most of the, what I call the real players here in the St. Louis, Missouri area, I would say half of them. Now, I don't know this for a fact at all. I'm just guessing. I would say half of them are probably, I want to say most, but I don't know. I would say half of them don't even use bandit signs. They don't even put the bandit signs out there. I would say most of those bandit signs that you see, we buy houses, we pay cash for houses, we do this for houses, all of that stuff. I would imagine most of those are people that's getting into the business. So I can't use that as a test in terms of how competitive wholesaling is in this area. I just can't. I mean, talking to people, if you talk to different people, you can kind of get a indication of it. I would say it's competitive, but there's always opportunities. There's always opportunities. Now, I've always been one of those type of people that I like to zig when everybody else zags, so to speak. So, I'll find, other niches, either to market to motivated sellers or even, to try to get cash buyers. So it all depends on how you look at it. But I would say it's competitive, though. It's competitive, but I would say there's only not only. I don't like using these words only and maybe some, not all, all of that, all those terms. So, but I would say, I guess some of the I guess I would call heavy hitters, as I like to put it. I can't think of another word, but some of the real players in this area, I would say there's a company in St. Charles called Faster House. I would say they're definitely one of them. Faster House. There's another one called Robang Properties. Rosie buys St. Louis houses. There's another one, St. Louis Realty Advisors or something like that. There's another one. Core Properties. St. Louis Home Buyers. There's another one. Oh God, what's the other one? Starting Point. So I would say those companies that I just named there, those 6 or 7 companies, those are your mainstays. Those are the companies that typically have been in business for a lot of years. And I would even say, me personally, I wouldn't discourage anybody from not wanting to get into business because, quote unquote, everybody's doing it. Any business you're in, everybody's doing it. So don't believe in any of that stuff. I guess it all depends upon you. How can you find, you need to find two types of people, and that's a motivated seller, and you need to find a cash buyer. And when you find a cash buyer, just build a relationship with them. And you'll build those relationships by getting deals for that cash buyer, by, sourcing deals for that cash buyer in the areas that the cash buyer buy them in. Typically for the type of property that cash buyer buys, or for that particular price range where he or she buys those properties. But it's a competitive business, but I wouldn't say it's that competitive to where, if you were interested in getting into the business, that you shouldn't get into the business. I know many people will say, well, don't get into business because of this. I'll tell them crap. Okay, crap. So if you want to get into business, try it out. I guess only advice I would have is, and this is from my experience because I actually started and I stopped before. So I would say don't quit. Have a plan. Don't quit. Use your time wisely, because in this business, you'll start and you'll get discouraged real quick. You'll get discouraged because you're not getting any deals. You're not getting any phone calls. And, like I said, I would say crap to the person that's saying, there's too many people in this business and blah, 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 blah. The people that you see with the bandit signs, most of them are new, or most of them, that's just how they market, by using the bandit signs. So I wouldn't base everything on a bandit sign. There's so many, I guess what they say is so many ways to skin a cat. Now, obviously, most people are not going to tell all of their marketing secrets, because, we all will in some ways compete. I kind of look at it, I don't look at it as competition. I really don't. I don't look at it as competition because I'm going to do some things that I already know that companies are not focusing on. I'm not saying nobody's doing it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Very few are doing it. So that's just that. Those are the opportunities I look for. So I don't look for the opportunities where if I'm doing something that quote unquote everybody's doing, I can guarantee you I'm not going to do that for a long time. I'm probably experimenting or trying something out, or maybe adding a tweak to it or something like that. But like they say, there's so many ways to skin a cat, so to speak. So if you're thinking about getting into the real estate wholesaler business in the St. Louis, Missouri market, hey, I welcome you to it. I challenge you to do it. There is money in it, but I'm learning, more and more this is a relationship business. So it's more than just money. If you're getting into it just for the money, I would say don't even do it, because when you find out that you're not making money anyway, you're going to quit. You're going to stop. And you can't, how could you possibly get to any type of success if you're going to quit? So another point I will make also is, if you're going to get into this business, some might say, call, I guess, BS on it, but, and this is just me, you're going to have to give up something. And what I mean by that is when you are focusing on a goal, you're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to use your time wisely, and you're going to have to give up something. You are going to have to give up something. You can't do the same things that you were doing and, trying to build something successful and think it's going to happen. Generally, it's not going to happen that way. What I mean by giving up something is this. Me, I would call myself, I don't know if I still want to call myself that. I love sports, big sports fan, okay? But I found myself, when I started looking at my or should I say, I guess the 12 to 14 hours of my day that's the most productive, or I would say the 14 days, the 14 hours of my days. Yeah, that's a nice range. I would say the 10 to 14 hours that's productive. My nose is always itching. It's like I have like fans in here. You guys can't see this, but I have fans in here, and it's like every time I do a video, I'm always like wiping my nose because it feels like something is hanging over me, like playing with my nose or something. So never mind being that, but I was a big sports fan, and during my 10 to 14 hours, the most productive time in my day, I noticed that I was focusing too much on that, and I was just focusing too much on things that really didn't matter in the scheme of things. These are things that's not going to help my business. And I just found myself focusing way too much on these things. And I'm not saying that I don't watch sports anymore, but it's very, very limited. It's like family business. And I mean, right now, anyway, so I'm sure that'll change. I'm not saying, I don't have time for friends, because I have time for friends and other things also, but I just kind of structure everything in my 24 hours as neatly and, more complete as I possibly could, if that's, if I can use that word. But yeah, that would be my advice. You're gonna have to give, if you're gonna get in this business, you're gonna have to give up something, because it is competitive. It is competitive. There is room. There's always room for more people, as long, like I said, if you see everybody else zig, you zag. They go that way, you go that way. And that's what I would say. It's a competitive business. There's opportunities in it if you want it. And like I said, it's a relationship business, and it's a marketing business. So on both sides, like I said, if it's getting motivated sellers, if it's hooking up with cash buyers, it's a relationship business. That's just what it is. You can get into this business if it's someone out there that's watching this video that wants to get into this business and that's in the St. Louis area. You can get into this business. Now, I would say this: everyone's not gonna, open their arms to you. I'm the type of guy, if I get an email, somebody asks me a question, I'll answer their question. No doubt about it. I'll always answer questions. But guys in this business, they're not gonna show you how they get deals. They're just not. So, me, I don't mind giving suggestions. I don't mind, because I really don't look at it as, I have competitors. So that part of me, I guess that part of me now, acquiring motivated sellers. Hey, I don't mind sharing some things or whatnot, but nobody's going to tell someone, like, right off, you just got into this business last week, and you want to know how, this company over here, how they get motivated sellers. They're not gonna, yeah, they might tell you, hey, we do direct mail. We do this, but nobody's gonna, that's about all they're gonna tell you. But, I would say stick to the basics. Listen to there's plenty of free content out there. Listen to podcasts. Listen to, go to blogs. Just look up wholesaling real estate. Go to different blogs. Listen to podcasts. YouTube videos. Those are 3 free resources right there. Your local guy in your particular area, if you're wholesaling, real estate in this St. Louis area, most of these companies, they're not gonna just give you information. So they're just not. I guess it's just the way it is. So, but you have some free resources, so take advantage of it. Podcast, YouTube, and read some blogs. Like I said, you're going to have to give up some. You're going to have to manage your time better. And real quick before I let you go, another thing to piggyback off that a little bit. One of the things that I did was, I'm usually up to, well, probably not as much, but when I was building like my websites and the beginning of some of these videos, even though it's daytime now, I would stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning. So, you have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up things. If you want to continue to live your life the way you do and think, hey, I'm going to be a success in this, it's probably not going to happen because you're going to get discouraged at the first stumble. First stumble, you're going to get discouraged. So, I kind of went off a little bit, on this video, but I just wanted to talk about real estate wholesalers in the St. Louis, Missouri area and how competitive it may or may not be for some people. So you're always going to have your mainstays, like I said, that's been in the business forever. And, there's always going to be some, I guess some newbies, so to speak, that get into the business. And, just don't, if you are a newbie and you're watching this video, just don't have that mindset of money. That's all I'm thinking. I need to get this deal for money. Of course you need to get the deal for money and you need to expand your marketing and things of that nature. But learn the business. It's a marketing business and a relationship business. That's what it is. So just wanted to kind of share that with everyone today. And if you are a real estate wholesaler in the St. Louis area, or if you are just a cash buyer in the St. Louis area, just go to our website and join our email buyers list, and we'll definitely appreciate it. It's going to be, once you confirm the email, it's going to be like 3 questions that I ask, and it just helps us source the type of deals that you are looking for. So whenever we get those deals, we can, if you're a buyer that buys plenty of properties in these areas, we'll just call you and say, hey, we have a property that you love, you have a property that you usually buy, and so on and so forth. So check us out at I'm still wiping my nose. I hate that. STLWholesalere.com. Check us out on Facebook also at facebook.com/St. Louis Wholesale Properties. We're on Twitter at STL Wholesale RE as well. I always forget that. Look down in the description and you'll see the links to the website and the links to the social media page and all of that stuff. So, hey, thank you. This is probably the longest video I ever did. So, just wanted to talk about real estate wholesalers in the St. Louis, Missouri area and how competitive the business is. So, I hope you got something out of it. So, I really appreciate it. Hey, leave a comment and thumbs up the video and share the video out. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Appreciate you. Thank you.